That's like absolutely body people. He's been pretty good, but it hasn't been anything spectacular.
He's, to be fair, he's still the highest rated player in HLTV, but it's against a lot of tier 2 and 3 teams.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm expecting him to like just wreck this kind of sort of environment. It seems like he's been all right. He hasn't been setting the world on fire or anything. He hasn't had any crazy one balls and like been like really impressing us. He's been decent, but
speaking of setting the world on fire, Jack Frostbrome, Robert Frostbrome, sorry, Jack Frost. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of Desire, hope it does your favorite fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we all know the whole thing. But if it had to Paris twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for Destruction Ice is also great in Wood Spice. The world is actually, so the sun when it burns out and turns into a red giant, will expand. But because of this expansion, the thought was that as it slowly dissolves in mass, despite that it gets larger, that the gravitational pull would allow Earth to escape it, and slowly its orbit would become less circular and more ovalish, and it would eventually escape into the galaxy. The truth is that gravitational pull of the sun's spin is actually paralleled, and therefore the spinning of the sun would slow down the Earth's pull, and we would eventually be consumed by the giant red spot, which would be the sun at that point, melting our Earth as we arrive, and therefore suffice with the world will end in fire. That's the end of the poem. There's no more debate. The world will burn.
Has that got any relevance to this, or you just wanted to show off?
Well, you said Flamey hasn't set the world on fire yet, but it will get set. XANTARES, you're right. It will get set on fire. That's my point.
Right, okay. Well, that's crowbarring in something if I've ever seen it. But
watched
still,
it the other night. It's called Horizon, the Edge of the Galaxy. And apparently there's a place in, can't remember where it is, doesn't matter, where they have 10,000 mirrors to set up to replicate the heat from the sun when it gets to the point which Earth will start to melt. And they put a screw inside of the single spot where the sun is all like basically forced into itself. It's basically magnifying glass into that spot and instantly set the screw like into a metal ball, just melted it instantly.
Interesting.
It is actually. It was cool.
We'll look into it. Well,
all right.
And
we're going live now, boys. XANTARES versus MICHU.
A big game coming up here. Two of the heavy hitters, the underdogs, some might say, in terms of the big names, but they are definitely very talented players.
Like sleeping giants.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. Like very talented players, definitely both tier 2, tier 3 guys, but very skilled in their own individual rights. We'll see what they can do here. It's going to be MICHU coming in 2-0 to kick things off on the first map. Best of 3 rifles to start, and he takes the early lead.
Yeah, and MICHU, I think he's been more in the position where pressure comes into play. Having been, like you guys mentioned previously, played with Virtus Pro tournaments and stuff like that, so he's more accustomed to this kind of a situation. And there's pressure, but XANTARES is coming back into it. Just going to equalize the score. Nice shot.
Well then.
So 2-2. MICHU, Natsu, all rhymes. 3 doesn't, but that's how many kills he has now.
We go into number 6, guys. 3-2. MICHU extend his lead. He's some damage done. He does find the headshot in the end as well as XANTARES drops. And that's going to be a 2-round advantage in favor of the young Poles. Going to round number 7. Main map is always fun to cast map. Not that you've helped out too much this one.
Dude, I got to let you have your events every now and then.
Yeah? Okay, well, thank you for allowing me to carry this one.
You're welcome.
Totally your forte, Henry, I can tell.
Yeah, casting A maps, yeah. This is where I belong.
Yep.
Anyway.
Guys.
We didn't do predictions. Who do we think is going to win this?
I said XANTARES. I have to stick with it.
Yeah,
I mean, MICHU has looked better and better, but...
Yeah, I have to rely on the numbers and what I've seen so far and say MICHU going to take it.
Well, I like MICHU as well. I think I saw him against Shocks. I feel like he should be devouring XANTARES here. So
just pick up all the AKs.
All of them.
I think the loser of this bet not to tomorrow has to wear a wig.
Right.
All day.
What bet is this?
So he said MICHU. I said XANTARES.
All right, get ready with the wig.
Yeah. Ready the wig. Ready the laser! Oh,
yeah, Matt's going mad again.
It's official.
Come on, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Fire the laser!
He's lost his shit.
Dude, did I ever have it?
Not really.
Come on, MICHU, stop! Be nice to my boy. He's got to represent Tarek, too. Remember, he's not actually a USA player. He's Turkish now.
What a nice shot.
God damn you, MICHU.
9-5. Final round of the half. Big one at that. MICHU could bit double figures right here, right now. XANTARES, like I said, he's considered one of the best players in terms of ratings in the Tier 2 scene, but he gets that final round, 9-6. We get the second half here. May I remind you, goes to Orbs next, and pistols if required. I feel like Pistol's definite possibility here. These guys seem pretty equally matched, but MICHU coming out on top in the first half. Now then, half number 2. Shot coming in. XANTARES gets a headshot with the crouch spray of the AK. 9-7. You guys enjoyed yourselves today? Seems like you're getting a little bit quiet now. The hype has died off a bit.
I had to carry you.
It's been a long day, boys. I think
Do you
we
want
all
hype
agree
back?
on that.
Do we want hype?
I just don't think I have it in me to do hype.
I can do hype. Do hype.
Go on.
All right. Sure.
11-7 now, and MICHU with a comfortable lead for Poland. Holding the pressure of an entire nation on his shoulders, but he's going to have to go up against XANTARES, who's been hot. Not necessarily hard to handle so far in this tournament. Looking for the peak, and he will find it above the box. Henry G, that's about as hype as I got. That's not even that hype.
I can give it a go if you want. Let me have a go. So it's 11-8. MICHU trying to get back into this one, but it doesn't matter because he's the one leading, so I've failed at the first hurdle there. But we'll keep going. Both players edging out, trying to find the kill. It's going to be MICHU. Does a lot of damage there. Spraying down, and the body shots take down XANTARES, and there it is. 4-round lead in favor of MICHU.
Your turn, not to.
To hype it up. Nah. Come on, I'm finished, first of all.
Yeah, we're almost finished, but we're not yet.
And a nice shot from MICHU there. And there it is.
That was the best I've heard. That was it. I love it. Nah, two. One more year. 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 Wait, we're going to break the desk. Coconut. Coconuts.
Coconuts.
Cock or not.
Cock or not.
Do you know the difference between a rooster and a prostitute?
Don't even want to go near that.
The rooster says cock-a-doodle-doo, and the prostitute says any cock'll-do. And yes, we are almost done.
Yep, buddy.
Don't worry about it.
Yep. Anyway.
It's not wrong.
It's only fair.
So MICHU may actually slip this one away, which I am not that pleased about.
Just getting one more kill just to get himself 2 map points here, but XANTARES still battling back. Some life still in him yet. It's going to be round number 27. We are going the distance here, of course. These guys are very equally matched. This kill is going to be huge. XANTARES, though, it seems like MICHU can't close. Takes a pretty wide angle, exposing himself, and it's just a simple couple of body shots to take him down in the end. This is a very big kill indeed. MICHU just wants to take away that pressure, give himself a couple of rounds to work with to get the first map in the bag, but you can see him looking a bit more cagey now. Not so confident in the faces.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, but MICHU holds it. He's going to have the first map point. XANTARES has to win 2 just to get to overtime.
Here we go then, boys.
And I'll be working overtime. No, we're not. It's MICHU. Well done, I have to say. He's looking sharp. Yeah, he's looking sharp just like that haircut he's got.
Like we said. He's been looking strong in this tournament for the most part. And, yeah, it just matters edging out XANTARES.
Well, now we go to the AWP. Where do we actually think MICHU holds up with the AWP against a guy like XANTARES?
Well, against Shocks, I remember he actually looked. That was another game he went right down to the wire. I can't remember what the final score was.
Me
but
neither.
It was close in the end.
Yep.
I'm struggling to piece this all together in terms of the history of today. I think both players are very capable of using the AWP. We'll see. I still favour MICHU. I think it'll be a 2-0 in his favour. But let's see what XANTARES can do. I feel like he's hungry. He doesn't want to go home just yet. He wants to represent himself and show he can roll with the big dogs here. As we go into the second map, it's still same rules apply. MR15. This is the AWP. No pistols, guys.
Don't use a
flame me
pistol.
on us.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah,
Keep it
cheater.
together.
Cheater. I heard he's actually going to be banned from the top 8. Jacob's going to play. Just kidding. I'm not starting any drama. Flamey's through. Gentlemen, how are we feeling?
We're feeling great. Feeling ready.
Talk to me, Goose.
Anxious about how's it
right.
going to go.
What have we not done today that we need to get in here before it's over? I sang around. Henry did Yoda.
Yep.
Natsu did an Australian guy. Wow, kinda.
He did one line. He said, I think he just put mate at the end of something. That was.
That was good. Good enough. Good enough. Why not? That works. Clever, Natsu. You're good. You're good, you.
Yeah. Under the radar.
Crikey. Done. XANTARES is apparently the master of the AWP.
So far, at least 2-0. This map, we're still working out the meta of this one. A lot of teams, or players I should say, showing us how it can be done and the different approaches you can take. We've got the Pillar of Doom in middle. Seems like anyone gets in that position, they are done for.
Yep.
That's what MICHU's looking at right now, and he's actually going to get there himself. So the idea is, if you're on those other 2 pillars, you have the ladder to fall back to, you can change your position. If you're caught in that middle one, there's no escape. You have to face and try and bait out the shots. Where is
Where is that? Well, there he is.
There he is.
Found him, guys.
Got him.
2 HP left.
Ooh, Pillar of Death. XANTARES up now by 2.
Pillar of Doom.
Doom, I'm sorry. Did you know, this was tweeted by Paul today, Red Eye, our favorite guy in the world. He tweeted, and this is an interesting stat, is that Doom, the install file from the original Doom is actually smaller now than the average website in size.
I remember playing that game on floppy disk on my dad's laptop.
Do you still play with floppy disks?
What is that even getting at?
Don't know.
What,
Just floppy disks.
3.5 inch.
But again,
it would have been better if you said you're still playing with 3.5 inch floppies. That would have been better.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. You're
Screwed
right.
it,
You're
screwed
right.
it up, Matt.
But that's too close to my heart. You know, it's too close to home if I say that. So
Anyway, great game. Changed my life in many ways. Maybe wouldn't be here without it.
first game that actually did start to influence you, not even online per se. Obviously, for me, it was like sort of the Tribes, Medal of Honor, Counter-Strike era
Talking
all
about
at once.
the original Quake and then Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament for me, I didn't like when I first played it. I think I was too young to really enjoy it. I was the same age as you. That's kind of weird. But I don't know. For me, it was like Doom or Duke Nukem 3D.
Yep, that was a big
And
one.
Doom, the first one where all the secrets in the walls were slightly different colors.
And Return to Castle Wolfenstein, the original.
I didn't play it. I never played it.
That was a big memory for me. But we can probably get back into this one, guys.
Natsu's not talking because all his games we won't remember.
It's true. Just being here.
Just Frogger on the Atari, guys. Remember when I was in high school that came out?
actually, the first games that I played were Commodore 64. 'Cause
Ooh.
I have brothers that are 8 and 12 years older than me. Games such as Gianna Sisters.
Don't know what that is, mate.
It's like a Mario clone.
My first
basically,
console was
Super
the
Mario
Mega
clone.
Drive with Genesis, so.
Speaking of Genesis, XANTARES
Boulder
is now
Dash,
down
also a
despite
great
having
game.
the original lead. It's now 8-6. And again, I don't know any of the games you're talking about.
Yeah.
Catacombs was a cool game. I remember Catacombs.
Micro Soccer. Yeah.
So XANTARES, that hugely to kick things off, is actually MICHU.
Man, if he goes out in groups, I'm going to be shattered. He was my prediction.
He wasn't mine. Cool trophy or shield there. That's going towards the winner. I love the fact that all these tournaments now are kind of providing these handcrafted,
That'd
sort of
be-
like unique, bespoke pieces.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
just
I
quite
mean,
special instead of just a normal trophy.
That would look great on a fireplace.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw that the MLG made
The
one.
MLG
That
one
was
was
super cool.
Baller, man. That thing was sick.
Oh yeah, with the carambets and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I like that. It's something that means a bit.
And MLG was super smart about that too. They didn't because oftentimes, like if you take a basic looking trophy through an airport, they'll kind of understand it. You have to provide a story. But where there was knives and sharp things on that, they just shipped it to the winner.
Yeah, of
so
course,
that was
yeah.
very smart to do that.
Or
because-
bring a case so that you can check it in or something.
Yeah, you can't get it torn apart at the airport.
Bring it in like a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Finland. How many Finnish players have won the cup recently? Koivu's
come on,
obviously.
guys.
You're right. All right, let's not get into this. Let's not
really
get into
not
this.
a
I'm
conversation
sorry.
right now.
Henry's just mad because he can't keep up with any of our conversations. He's mad that the bromance is more real between us today.
Yeah, it's true.
I am.
F1 or hockey.
It's true. XANTARES back within 3, make it now 2. As he'll find MICHU peeking out to the right. Behind that ladder. Didn't even try to use it to fool XANTARES.
11-9. XANTARES battling back here. Looked at me who was going to be running away with this one, but it's
God.
XANTARES did spot the head there. This is the Juliana shot. Doesn't manage to land it. It's going to be me.
Is that what you're calling it now?
That's the one she was nailing pretty much
she
every
was,
single
yeah,
time.
she ripped
She was
Shazam
pretty good at
apart.
So I feel like that's justified. Very impressive
Ooh.
stuff what she's playing.
XANTARES not done yet. I feel like XANTARES really wants to like prove himself here.
We all want to prove ourselves.
Oh, that looked like it hit. This is where XANTARES could like, if anyone was going to call a timeout all day, I'll bet you it'd be him right now. He'd be like, all right, just let me stretch out. Let me stretch out the ligaments. 13 now though for MICHU. He's getting. I mean, this is basically doesn't have to do much. Just be patient. Pick up round by round. He's now got 2 to go, and this will be a 2-0.
You're absolutely right on that. And that's going to be series
this is
points.
over.
here.
It's
Yeah,
over.
It's done.
No, my prediction.
Your precious prediction. Falling apart.
Still
at the seams
alive.
there.
Still alive. Just let me have this. Just let me.
For the moment. All
Right.
right.
Newcastle, bring him some good luck here. Come on, keep going. Hype it up, Matt. Build the tension.
I'm praying.
I can
see you're not.
Still alive here.
Let's go. Come on.
Come on.
We got
Come
this.
on.
We got this. Team call. MICHU.
This is what he spawns is BS. He's getting the Pillar of Doom every single round.
Oh, no. Oh, God, it hurts. 16-13, final score. MICHU's going through. Deservedly so. Played very well today. And XANTARES will fall in the group stages despite having a decent start today.
Absolutely. These are both young players that I think have got very promising futures going forward. We'll see more of them in 2016, I'm sure. It's going to be a very interesting year for their development. The only problem for those guys is obviously the language barriers. XANTARES, I feel like if he could speak English, that means his options are increasing like tenfold,
obviously,
right?
yeah.
He could go replace Simple on Team Liquid.
Yeah, so this is a massive issue for him. Obviously, he can only really limit himself to the
Or,
Turkish
you know,
side.
God, he is Turkish, so he
That's
could,
true.
He's currently in stateside, though.
give him some lessons on, well, Counter-Strike and English.
Yeah. But definitely
the man.
big things to come from those guys. We'll see MICHU stepping up. This what's good about this tournament. It's obviously only 1v1, but it shows a level of skill. We know MICHU can step up to the world-class scene, and it kind of just reminds people he's still there and still going along in CSGO Lounge. We'll see what he brings to the table. I reckon this year will probably be towards the latter side of it. He'll be doing some big things. Very talented guy.
Yeah, this is impressive. So MICHU moves through the group. This was Group C. The captain of this group was, of course, Shox, who'd already moved on. So Kenny S and Shox, who are the captain of the groups, move forward. Flamey does so, but not at the top of the group. And Zaz, who is the captain of Group D, has already dissolved. See what I did there? D, dissolved. I'm awesome. I'm the only one who thinks so, but you know what? That's fine. We do have one more game, though, and it is Scream versus Desi.
You feel like that's going to go.
Sorry, it's versus Desi.
You feel like that one's only going in one way. That's going to be a Scream. Surely a 2-0.
It has to be.
Surely. Because even if we get to your map, that's where Desi's going to fall apart. Like,
I'm sorry, but Desi,
he's
dude,
as
that's been the
useful
worst
as a chocolate
performances of the
teapot
day.
in the AWP.
Chocolate teapot? Is that a British?
Yeah, I think
What does that mean? Like it melts if it gets hot?
Yeah, so you try and put hot tea in a chocolate teapot, it's going to melt, right?
That play is really tasty, though.
Yeah, it would be, but it's going to melt and be useless. That's the whole idea.
Just put it in a bowl and then just...
I feel like you've taken this too literally.
Dude, it's like, that's a reasonable way to do things.
Anyway,
I'm sure already.
No, Matt will let us know. We have to just talk some rubbish until then.
Sometimes I don't. Talk some rubbish.
Rubbish.
I'm learning these English terms. I reckon that rubbish means trash.
Yeah, it does.
Nice,
We
nailed
don't
it.
call it the trash can. We call
Quite
it the rubbish
possibly.
bin.
The rubbish bin.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Interesting. Paul is ready. We'll send it to him.
Goodbye.
Guys, sorry to interrupt. I'm again with Chris from PGL and MICHU, who's just beaten XANTARES, securing himself a spot in the playoffs. Initial feelings after that?
Jakie są początkowe uczucia po twoim meczu z XANTARESem?
Jest spoko. Myślałem, że będzie trochę ciężej, chociaż i tak był bliski wynik. Spodziewałem się jego gorszej gry na mapie na WP, ale było lepiej niż sądziłem.
It was pretty good, considering the score. He expected much better play of his on AWP, but it was really, really nice.
Is that better play from himself or from XANTARES?
Czy spodziewałeś się lepszej gry na AWP od siebie, czy od XANTARESa?
Od XANTARESa.
He expected XANTARES to play better, yep.
Okay, I think that's something, I can't remember who I spoke to earlier that said that, but it seems to be a running theme that people thought that XANTARES might do a bit better than he did here. Can you get MICHU's opinion on what he thinks XANTARES could have done better?
Co myślisz, że XANTARES mógł zrobić lepiej podczas tej gry?
Myślę, że na mapie na WP powinien biegać na górę, tak? Wchodzić po tej drabinie, a grał cały czas z dołu, wychylał się, po prostu stał na dole i czekał na mnie, a ja robiłem z nim co chciałem, chociaż wynik i tak był bliski, ale kontrolowane.
Yeah, so he basically recommended him not to go so often downstairs in the AWP. He was peeking way too often as well than he expected, so that's how he managed to get him.
MICHU is now through. Obviously, we've got one more match to go, which is Scream and Desi, but we're at the tail end of the competition. We're only the cream of the crop. The best players are left. Is MICHU feeling confident against the final people that are left in this tournament?
Jak pewnie czujesz się przeciwko tym ostatnim graczom, którzy zostali w tym turnieju?
Myślę, że czuję się coraz lepiej, uwierzyłem w siebie po tej fazie grupowej. Bliski wynik z Shoxem, wygrana z XANTARESem. Będzie dobrze.
Yeah, so he's feeling much better and better with himself. All the recent wins make him feel more and more confident. So he's got a feeling it's going to be really nice.
Let's talk a bit, if we can. We've got to keep it a bit short, actually. So just a quick little bit to finish off. How is it being on CSGO Lounge with the guys on your team? Are you enjoying it? How's the team going? Do you think you've got a good future? Just general stuff about CSGO Lounge.
Mały taki komentarz, jak się czujesz teraz w CSGO Lounge, jak się z chłopakami gra, no i jak ogólnie się czujesz w tym zespole?
Czuję się bardzo dobrze, atmosfera jest wspaniała, dostajemy się na coraz lepsze turnieje, mamy coraz lepsze wyniki, powinno być coraz lepiej.
Yeah, he expects only things to get better. They are doing better, they're winning more and more tournaments, they are getting invited to better tournaments. So he's very optimistic and he's definitely looking very positive in the future with his team.
Fantastic. Thank you, MICHU. I would talk more and ask questions, but as you know, Chris, we've got to try to close this day off. And so we're going to finish there and head into this second match.